Yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I was out of the country. So around 3 a.m., I got the phone call that there was a fire raging in European Town, specifically European Town Rinsmo. That's the name of that area. And I have a lot of youth there. So I called the assemblyman I was actually in Ivory Coast at the Lassa Fever conference. So I called the assemblyman. He said he had already heard and he was already on the ground. They called fire service. Fire service came and was able to extinguish the fire. So then I asked if there was any casualties or anything. They said no, there was no casualties except that property and buildings and things were lost. So the first thing I did was I was very grateful that at least nobody, no human being was burnt or was affected, except of course property. So I was happy, but I was sad because now people's property have been lost. You know what is happening there. European Town is like a migrant, quote-unquote, community. People come from all over the world to come and stay here. The fisher folks come, and you know all the other subsequent activities that follow when it's like a ghetto-type area. However, the people that live there are still our kids, and they are still our family members, and they are still our brothers and sisters, and they are still part of Essikado-Ketan constituency. I'm standing here as the Deputy Minister of Health, but I'm still the MP for Essikado-Ketan constituency. Those folks there are my own, are my people. So because of that, I came back. The conference is supposed to end today, but I left last night, and I came with the first flight this morning for this meeting with the monkeypox meeting, high-level monkeypox meeting. But the first thing I did when I arrived was go to the area that was burnt. So I met with the residents, those people whose places were burnt, their properties were burned. There was this one of my older women that lives there. She was crying. She was telling me how she has lost everything. So I'm kind of sad because these are, some of them, this is their lifeline. This is what they have worked for their entire lives. And so something had to be done. And then the thing that I heard that even made me sadder this morning was that apparently there was some attempt to evacuate them. I don't know if evacuation is the thing we have to talk about now. It's too early. I don't think we should empathize with them. They have lost their property. Some of them, everything they have ever worked for. So I don't think it was the right timing for this morning to try to evacuate them. So I don't agree with it. I think that like any one of us, if we're in that situation, the last thing we want is for evacuation to happen. So I think for me, I went down there, I held their hands, I spoke to them, I gave the hugs, I did everything. And then I also realized that some of them, even their money was in that shed or the kiosk that was burnt. So I gave a little bit of funds for them for breakfast, at least this morning. And then I went home and quickly mobilized some resources. I had some bed sheets. So I gave them some sheets, and I also gave them some rice. I think I gave them about 50 or 60 bags of rice that they can share amongst themselves. Even if they get one cup, it's still something that they didn't have this morning until I came. In the meantime, I'm going back to the drawing board to mobilize more resources to come and support them, to see how best we can support them. I mean, these people have lost their livelihoods, they have lost their houses, they have lost their property, whether it's a shed, whether it's a tent, whether they were sleeping outside, whether it's a brothel, whether it's a ghetto, whatever the name that we choose to call it, it is still a disaster and the people are suffering. So I think that we should allow them to go through the stages of grief. We should empathize with them. We should bring them closer. We should talk to them. We should support them. Then maybe after some, I don't know what the grieving period is, then we can all get to the drawing table and figure out how best is it that we have to evacuate, or we have to do fire training, or we have to do a public education. There's a lot of things to do, but we have to have a stakeholders engagement. We cannot push people down when they're already down.